very clearly and tell us everything that you see.
Water.
Water?
It's water everywhere.
Mm-hmm. What about this water?
It's pulling down the sides of the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
There are streams.
Mm-hmm.
Flowing, rushing, moving water everywhere I look.
Mm-hmm. Is it raining?
No.
Where's the water coming from?
Waterfalls.
Mm-hmm. This where you live?
Yes.
Yeah. What is this place called?
It's called Atlantis.
Called Atlantis. Mm-hmm. All right. What is your name?
Amon.
Speak a little louder.
Amon.
Amon is your name. All right. Are you male or female?
Female.
Mm-hmm. All right. Tell us more about this place where you live.
It's very bright, very beautiful. This is my special place to come.
Mm-hmm.
Down among the waterfalls.
What do you do here?
Oh, I swim and I run and jump.
Mm-hmm.
My parents are busy working.
Mm-hmm.
They're important.
Uh-huh. What are they?
They help to run the city.
Mm-hmm. What's the name of the city? You speak right up. Let it come out.
Latern.
Latern?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, how old are you?
I'm 10.
You're 10. Okay. Have you been to school?
School. We start learning from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Tell me some of the things that you've learned.
As we come into the physical, we bring with us our understanding from the higher levels, and we're instructed to learn to work in the physical body and still keep our understanding. And each of us comes with special talents, special abilities, and we're assigned teachers that work with us. And we take these special areas and work on them and bring them out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great fun. We work with the water and with colors and music. We dance, and each of us has different talents, and we learn from the other as we learn and develop our own.
What was one of the special things you came to do this time?
Mine was to work with joy and the energy of joy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you tell us what you've done with this so far?
We are taught to first hear the music and the sounds of our own vibration, of our own being. And then the individual sound of our own identity. And then part of our lessons are in communicating mentally with the other people, the other children we're learning with, and the teachers. And then, as we become better at this, we practice communicating our own special sounds and energy. And then as the people we're working with pick it up, then they verbalize it, and then we know how well we've communicated on the mental level.
Are you 10 years old now? Let's just go forward 5 years. Going forward now, 5 years. You're now 15. Now what are you seeing? What are you doing?
I'm working with my parents.
Tell me about this.
I am to begin teaching the younger ones, and to begin preparing myself for my future work.
All right. Tell me about your parents. Something about them.
Well, they're respected. They're bright, shining beings. They have beautiful colors and lights around them. I always used to sneak in the room when my father was meeting with the other members of the city that helped run it, and I would watch him, and as he worked with them and talked to them, he glowed and changed colors, and it was always so beautiful to watch him. They've been here many, many, many years, and have worked to build the foundation and the truth of the city. But soon, I think they are preparing to leave, and they are preparing others to take over.
All right, let's go forward 2 more years. Now you're forward 2 more years. Now what's happening?
Everything's moving so fast. The city's just growing and changing. And each of us has to take on more and more duties. There are more and more younger ones to teach and to be guided.
Are you teaching now?
Yes, those are part of my duties. And I still study with my father and my mother.
Could you tell us, when you start a classroom with students, tell us how you go about instructing them?
They come to me at 3 and 4, and they're all so bright and eager. They come with so much of their understanding, and I learn so much from them, teaching them. And my special duty is to teach them to work mentally, and to teach them about the vibration, the color, and the music of joy, and using their joy energy to help others, to help themselves, and to do the things they came to do. We take a small class, and we sit in quiet, and I touch each of their minds with my own, and greet them and welcome them. And this way I understand them, and I know them, and they begin to know me, And we begin working verbally, and then part of the class is mentally.
Okay.
There is much laughter and brightness, and we have music, and we dance, and we hold hands, and we pick out colors in each other's auras, and we learn to read the auras and the colors of life, all forms of life.
Okay.
Learning is truly a delight and a joy for the teacher and the students.
Can you explain how you touch their mind with yours?
First I remember and I establish my link with the universal life and the life energy flowing around and through us all. And then I reach out with my thought to a chosen individual in the class. I see him in my mind, or her, and I see the same light and life force that permeates me. I see it coming down through them and going from me to them. And then as the circuit is completed, there's a steady stream of light and color circling between both of us and up, 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 up. And then I wait, and I say their name, and then I feel their response. And if they are able, they respond, and they say my name.
Mm-hmm.
And then I disconnect the link gently, and almost the same way in reverse, and then move to the next one.
Mm-hmm. What is the benefit of your teachings?
Each of them are prepared for their own job, their own duty as leaders and teachers. They are taught early to be completely aware of their abilities, their talents, their energies, and how to use their spiritual and psychic and mental self as well as their physical self. And they are prepared to carry on the growth of the city and the continent.
Mm-hmm.
And they are preparing for things way, way in the future,
Mm-hmm.
beyond this present incarnation.
Mm-hmm. I want you to look over this lifetime and pick out some interesting things and talk to us about it.
Our communication with life is interesting, something that we enjoy and makes our life easier. We learn to communicate with plant forms, and by linking with them mentally in a similar way that we do with individuals, we know and understand the essence of that plant, and we're able to use it in ways that are beneficial to us. We're able to link ourselves with the waterfalls. When I was younger and spent so much time there, it's a way of absorbing the power and the force and the strength of the moving water. We learn to become that life form.
Mm-hmm.
Our transportation is
What about your transportation?
is efficient. We move on discs, and it is not possible for them to collide, and we move very, very quickly from one place to another.
How do the discs work?
They work on energy. We drive them with our mind energy. We are taught from when we're very young how to use the energy of our beings and our higher selves. And these discs are designed to accept the human ray or human life force, and we direct them with our thoughts and our own energy.
What else would you like to talk about about this life?
Our music is very important to us. We create our own music, and we communicate in sounds, and sometimes instead of words, instead of thoughts or pictures. And sometimes someone well respected and who's been here many, many years, who has a beautiful sound, we will go to him and we will hear that sound, and it will help us change our own.
Do you have an economic system there? You have money?
Yes, there is a medium of exchange. We everyone does their, or fulfills their talent, the job that they had been trained to do, and they came to do. And when we have need of someone else's, a lot of it is an exchanging of abilities. The economics. I've seen. I know there is money. My primary concern is in the development of talents and the working of the mental and spiritual energies. I do not understand completely the economics.
Let's go on to the latter part of your life now. What are you doing in the latter part of your life at home?
Well, my parents are gone, and I have taken some of their responsibility along with other leaders. There's discontent, more so than there had been when I was younger. There are more and more young souls coming in, and we have not prepared enough teachers quickly enough so that we are not working with them soon enough, and they're not remembering their higher understanding when they come into the physical, and we're not helping them to remember and recall. And which has caused discontent and some frustration in the younger ones.
What would you say the highlight of this life is?
I mean, for me or for the place
For
I
you.
live? An ever-growing, ever-expanding understanding of all living things and of the energy that makes up the universe. The talent I came with, the seeds of it, has grown and developed and filled my awareness and filled my life, and has spilled over into the lives of those around me. I've been told that this was a preparation time for something in the future, but it has been so good, so bright, and so uplifting.
Let's go to the last day of this lifetime. Now, you're in the last day of this lifetime. How long have you been in this life now?
Oh, that big man. 150 years.
Mm-hmm. How do you go through the experience we call death? Are you ill, or do you just choose to go through this, or what?
Yes, I had known when it was time. So I've known for many months. And I've been working hard to prepare those who will follow me to be ready. And it is my choice and my decision. And I live more and more in my spirit and less in my body, in my physical world. And I work more and more with the people that are to follow me with their minds and see them less physically. They need to learn to be linked with me so that I can continue to work after I leave.
Mm-hmm. All right, you've gone through the transition we call death now, and you're on the other side. You're in the spirit world. Now tell us about this.
The work continues. I continue with my work. I have a rest. I enjoy the lightness and the freedom. A tremendous lightness and freedom. And my being is recharged.
What work are you doing there?
I continue to learn and to grow and to prepare. Everything expands. There's always more to know, more to learn, more to understand. And I continue to teach.
Are you working with those in the physical in there?
Yes.
How do you do this?
those that were worked with before I left, they are open, and much as they are taught when they are younger, the methods of mental communication, it's really easy. It's not, it's just still like being with them, being next to them. I can be very close to them, and their thoughts are open and receptive because we've been working together. I wait till they reach to me with their thoughts, with a problem, and then I help them.
In looking from your vantage point on the spirit realm there, can you look forward to 1976 and see how many lifetimes you've lived since that time, approximately? Since you left this life on Atlantis. All right, can you tell me approximately how many years from 1976 back was the time on Atlantis?
Seems like 20,000.
All right, now from your vantage point, looking there, I'd like for you to tell me, you seem to have been much more advanced at that time on Atlantis than you are in this present lifetime in 1976. Is that right? You had more understanding that you were using in the physical.
Yes.
Why aren't you using it now? Why is there a difference?
The understanding is not lost. There are many lessons and many things for a soul to learn. And being advanced in certain areas, there is still things that need to be learned in other areas. When certain psychic ability is brought down and through, it becomes a distraction, and the important soul lessons are not learned. The understanding is never lost, but it is very important for the soul to develop in all areas and for growth to be even and balanced.
Anything else about this that you'd like to tell us about? This incarnation that you talked about, or your life in the spirit realms?
The strongest, clearest feeling and remembrance is the link with all life, all living things, all life, everywhere. And that just by remembering that link, it is renewed and restored and recharged. And that as I looked back over my life and saw those new souls coming in and their beginning frustrations, I knew that it was because they had not been taught at the beginning to remember that link and that connection with life, and they began to feel frightened and alone and cut off. and despairing. And as they were taught to remember that link with plants, with water, with flowers, with their fellow beings, the brightness and the joy and the talents and the understanding was restored. And that is the most important thing.
Thinking about 1976, I wonder how long it'll be before people will be able to have that link again.
For many it will not be this year. For some it will be this year. But the time is coming when more and more shall have it. There is a hunger and a need and a searching. And all searching is for that connection, because all beings remember. In their soul they remember of that connection and how fulfilling and satisfying and uplifting it is. In the future, soon, more and more will be reaching, and more will be receiving that connection, and will be working with it. I see streams of light coming down to this planet, and I see people connecting their minds mentally to these streams and beginning to work from this light. And I see more and more people connecting up. But it will not be this year.
How long do you think it'll be before a few people can, a small percentage of people can have it?
In 20 years, I see small numbers around the planet connecting. In seems like 50 to 100 years, I see many, many, many more reaching out with this understanding.
How long do you think it'll be before we get back to, as a civilization, where you, that in that lifetime Atlantis that you were, as a whole?
More and more of those with understanding at that time are coming down to this planet. And as they open up and connect up, they will learn to bring back these abilities. It will be a few hundred years yet before the same level of brightness and communication and understanding to the degree develops, but the movement towards that has begun, and people are being lifted up, and the planet is being lifted up, and there will be signs of it between now and then.
All right, I want you to step back through the door, the Hall of Time. You're back in the Hall of Time now.